Hey everyone. Thanks so much for coming. For those of you who don't know, we're having a book release tonight. I run a small press called the Green Lantern Press, and we're releasing a limited edition book with silkscreen covers and a limited edition record inside, printed by Nick Butcher, both the covers and the record. The book itself, the North Georgia Gazette, is a manuscript printed from 1821, and Lily will talk a little bit more about that in a second. But I wanted to give you a sort of sense of who's going to read and what's going on this evening, so you can kind of figure out how long you want to stick around, which you should stay the whole time, of course. Special thanks, by the way, to the Whistler for having us. It's a really amazing space, and we're grateful to be here. First up, Basia Kapolka is going to read a section from the Gazette. Basia Kapolka is an actor, writer, and director living in Chicago. Most recently, she wrote and directed Jinx, a play based on the novel by Théophile Gautier at Act One Studios. She's also the Green Lantern's resident actor. And for those of you who don't know, we used to have a space on Milwaukee Avenue, which recently it's on hiatus, and so we're sort of a satellite press at the moment, but keep your eyes peeled.
I know some of you know what this book is about and what the story of the book is, but some of you might not. So basically, this book, and also just to say thank you to the Whistler and also all the people who worked on the book, because it's this huge book with all these different things in it. It's like smorgasbord book. The bulk of the book is a bunch of newspapers that were written on board a ship that was landlocked in the Arctic Circle in the beginning of the 19th century. So this Captain William Edward Parry, he set sail from England on HMS Hecla and a secondary ship, the Griper, in search of the Northwest Passage. So they were looking for the Northwest Passage, and they got stuck. And in the Arctic Circle, it gets very dark, and it gets very cold, and it gets very lonely. So in order to keep his crew from going insane or getting ill or starting fights or all that insane stuff, he devised a series of diversions. And one of these diversions is the newspaper, the North Georgia Gazette. So we reprinted all of the gazettes that were written during that time. So that's the bulk of the book. And in the beginning, we have a section of writings from the captain himself that he wrote when he returned to England. And in the end, we have some endnotes written by the transcriber, who is me. And we have also a bunch of really amazing, thanks, Evan. We have a bunch of really amazing artwork, and we have an introduction by a really interesting person, and it's just a huge book with lots of really interesting stuff in it. So that's the story. Am I missing anything?
No, so this evening we're gonna kick it off with Basia. As I said, she's gonna read a section from the Gazette, and then John Houston, a real-life Arctic explorer, is gonna come and give a presentation, sort of talking about his most recent expedition along the Northwest Passage, if I'm right. And following that, Lily will read a selection from her endnotes. Following that, there's a response by Devin King. And all of that will be sort of rounded off with a musical performance by Nick Butcher and Jason Stein. So thanks so much.
Thank you for coming.
This is a poem written by a sailor, not a poet, but a sailor. It's called Reflections on Seeing the Sunset for a Period of 3 Months, November 1819. Behold yon glorious orb, whose feeble ray mocks the proud glare of summer's livelier day. His noontide beam shot upward through the sky, scarce gilds the vault of heaven's blue canopy. A fainter yet, and yet a fainter light. And lo, he leaves us now to one long cheerless night. And is his glorious course forever o'er? And has he set indeed to rise no more? To us no more shall spring's enlivening beam unlock the fountains of the fettered stream. No more the wild bird carol through the sky and cheer yon mountains with rude melody. Once more shall spring her energy resume and chase the horrors of this wintry gloom. Once more shall summer's animating ray enliven nature with perpetual day. Yon radiant orb with self-inherent light shall rise and dissipate the shades of night. In peerless splendor repossess the sky and shine in renovated majesty. In yon departing orb methinks I see a counterpart of frail mortality, emblem of man, when life's declining sun proclaims this awful truth: thy race is run. His sun once set, its bright effulgence gone, all is darkness as it ne'er had shone. Yet not forever is man's glory fled, his name forever numbered with the dead. Like yon bright orb, the immortal part of man shall end in glory as it first began. Like him, encircled in celestial light, shall rise triumphant midst the shades of night. Her native energies again resume, dispel the dreary winter of the tomb, and bidding death with all its terrors fly, bloom in perpetual spring through all eternity.